Hello, everybody. We are waiting with bated breath here. Is it
I feel
live?
like we're live this time. It says 58 seconds up there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, coming at you live,
Live.
everybody.
Coming at you live, 10 hours late from
Well,
this
yeah, look, it
morning's
showed up on my YouTube
show.
channel too,
Woo,
so
woo,
we're good.
woo. I need to figure out how to do that. So, welcome to Going On Daily Live, regardless of what time we are live. We had a really good show planned for 8 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. your time, and we didn't get to do it. So here we are, 6 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. your time, redoing the show.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you guys real quick about the dedication involved here.
Such
Like 15 minutes ago, I was on 281 in San Antonio, and I literally had been in the car for like 6 hours. So
wild.
I came straight out of road rage right into our episode here. It's going on daily. It's not called morning show this week, though. It's the
Going On
going on
Daily
daily evening
nightly
show.
show. This is
So
the after hours,
this is the Patreon
the
episode where you got to
after
start
dark
sending money to get the
episode.
content.
You can see I'm already half naked here in preparation for today's show.
I'm not even gonna lie. I got on a hoodie, but the desk is set at an angle for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, just kidding.
Man. Well, today is going to be a good day, regardless of what time it is. It is Wildlife Week.
Yes.
Wildlife. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. So, if you follow along with the show, we have been doing themes. What did we have first? Hometown. Then
We
we had
had
fall.
hometowns, yes.
Then we had fall. Then we had cheese, because who doesn't
Cheese
love
was
cheese,
awesome.
right? And this week is Wildlife Week in preparation for next week, which is Spooky Week. So I'm excited
Okay,
about
cool.
that.
Now I got a week to plan. Like, I always find out it's Wildlife Week like 5 minutes before the air, and it's like,
I know I noticed about your topics today that it was not Wildlife Week for you.
no, but I'm going to call an audible and I'm going to make one of them into a wildlife
Oh,
story.
I can't
And I've
wait to
already
hear
got
it.
it figured out in my head. So,
Cannot wait to hear it. Well, why don't you start us off here about bargain buggies for the win?
okay. I forgot this was even a topic, but have you ever heard of bargain buggies, Becky?
No. Are buggies like shopping carts?
Yes.
Because Ron
So you
thinks they're
have heard
fun.
of bargain buggies. Okay. Let me tell you a quick story about bargain buggies.
Okay.
And this is like a completely rehashed topic from my podcast from like 3 years ago. But I figure I've got an entirely new audience here. So
yeah, why not?
might as well
Ain't
try
nobody heard
this content out again and make it all seem original.
Right.
So about 3 years or so ago, I'm here in San Antonio. We're just hanging out. We get a call to go look at a roof, I think, something, normal stuff.
Normal stuff, yeah.
And we're over like in this area of town called Windcrest. It's a nice community, but you have to be careful there. Like the police, I definitely think they have like a required number that they have to write you and stuff. And
Fair.
it's one of those, you're cool there as long as you don't do anything stupid. But I glance over to one of my sales guys who had just started with our company at this point, and he's a grown man, and he was like excited. He had this look on his face of pure excitement, and I couldn't figure it out. He starts pointing. Oh, hey, check it out.
Yeah,
we got an audience tonight. Y'all didn't even know we were going to be here. Still tuned in, just
organic.
Like so,
I like it. I like organic.
So here's what's up with bargain buggies.
Yes.
We go driving through this neighborhood, and all of a sudden, this guy's like really pumped up, and I'm like, well, okay. He hasn't been super expressive to this point in his career. He's a few days in, new guy. And I see what he's looking at. I look off to the horizon and I see this store. It was like a mecca almost. And this store was called Dirt Cheap. I kid you not. The store was called Dirt Cheap. So you've got expectations going in, right? Like this is probably going to be some high-end stuff. This is going to be dirt cheap. Yeah, who knows what I'm coming out with today, but I'm walking in with $10. I might be coming out with a new car. Dirt cheap.
Well, everybody. You need it after all your incidents.
Well, that thing ran like a champ today. So much props to that. So we go into this dirt cheap, right? And I've never seen anything like this. And I know there are stereotypes for like, the Target audience versus the Walmart audience. And there's no groups called Fights at Target or anything like that. So you know what I mean? Well, dirt cheap, the first thing that catches my eye is they've got these giant shopping carts. They are just filled with like random stuff. Random as random could get, right? And they're called bargain buggies.
Fun.
So we start looking at this bargain buggy and we kind of deduce it real quick in our head. And it's like, they only want $10 for this like massive
Entire buggy?
yes, with everything in it.
Whoa.
Caveat though, you can't really look because they
Mm.
strap it. So
The
it's
surprise basket. Yeah.
or you take nothing and there's no in between, which leads to a better part of the story later. But we opt to buy this bargain buggy. There's 3 of us there and there's only 2 bargain buggies available.
Mm.
So we did the right thing and we bought both bargain buggies.
Yeah, naturally.
And it was like, there's enough stuff here for 3 of us. We can split it and life will be fair.
Yeah.
But we can't let anybody else in here get these bargain buggies. And there was a lady that was kind of perturbed because I think she wanted the bargain buggy, but like, nope, not today. I was quick and I was on my game and so we got the bargain buggies. We take them out into the parking lot and I made a live video of this whole thing. It was like a 30-minute live broadcast and we're opening up the bargain buggies and like some of the things that we're finding in these bargain buggies is incredible. I found in one bargain buggy like 17 different thermostats for your home.
What?
17 different models. Like if you need a thermostat, I got you. Oh. Not just thermostats on your home though. They also have thermostats for your car.
Not 2.
There was a bunch. Yeah, there was a ton of them, right? This in itself is already worth way more than $10. I've done the math and I'm like, oh God, like we're coming out way ahead. I'm already envisioning what I'm going to do with all this stuff and like how it's going to benefit me, how I'm going to make a ton of money off of it. It's going to be great. I'm getting like dehumidifiers, jumper cables that like are missing a post on them. So they're really not good, but they were in there. So they're mine. I can't take them back. All kinds of crazy things. Those little chocolate eggs that you drop into the hot water and it turns into a hot chocolate bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like 2 of those wrapped up in the bargain buggy.
How
Needless to say, I did not try those.
No.
I'm sure they were good.
They probably were. I mean, chocolate doesn't go bad. Probably
doesn't go bad, especially in a wholesome environment such as a bargain buggy at a place called Dirt Cheap.
In an industrial buggy full of garbage.
It was, this thing had seen its better days. This wasn't winning the shopping cart Olympics. So we start going through, getting all this stuff. Everything's together. I'm so excited. But then I look over at our friend and I'm kind of sad because the new guy who had the idea for the bargain buggies, he didn't get one. And now I feel kind of mad because it's like maybe I shouldn't have taken one, or maybe the other guy that was with us shouldn't have. Maybe. But we both were like looking out for ourselves in this deal. And I saw a great investment. So we got it. We got wood flooring. We've got all kinds of craziness in the back. We've got cat toys. We've got those little trimmers for the nails. Crazy. Like you name it, right? But the one item that really stood out to me the most was a half open bar of Dial soap.
Stop it.
Half open?
No.
Becky, do you know where that half open bar of Dial soap ended up?
Hopefully not in your private parts.
No, definitely not. Probably the furthest thing from that is humanly possible. But we did give this thing its life. We gave it a life. It was in a bargain buggy. Like for sure, anybody other than me would have thrown this bar of soap in the trash immediately. Yeah, it's
gross. Yeah.
But not I. What I did have a friend named Troy Anderson. He's known as the roof man in the roofing world. And he's a very interesting guy. He's done a live podcast with me from Spain. He's done a live podcast one time where it started raining real hard and like his guy was freaking out on the phone. And like, we've made some great content. So I actually autographed this bar of soap to Troy. Keep reaching for the stars. And I sent him an autographed bar of soap, which just the other day, Troy sent me a picture. It's still up on the shelf at his office in Nashville, Tennessee. So bargain buggies for the win. The moral of the story with bargain buggies is it always looks good until you actually possess it. And once you have all the goods that are inside the bargain buggy, you're in big trouble. And to finish the story, there was another guy on the other side of the parking lot that had also purchased a bargain buggy prior to
Mhm.
us getting there, but he only wanted like half of the stuff. So he brought us the rest of his bargain buggy. So we
No
got
way.
2.5 for the price of two. I felt like once we appraised the values of everything, it was worth at least like $34. So we
Yeah.
invested 20. We came out well ahead, but this is where lack of action really hurts. I ended up leaving it in the back of my car for like a month. And then one day
No.
I just got so disgusted by it that I just pulled over to the dumpster in my office and just threw everything in the trash.
No.
Never recouped anything from the bargain buggy. But I'm telling you this, if you ever in Canada walking around and you see a store called Dirt Cheap,
Go in. Okay.
take your $10, Becky. Go in, get you a bargain buggy. Because I'm telling you guys, I don't even know why this was a topic of discussion other than it was on my Facebook memories, and I just wanted to share the story. So,
I
bargain
love
buggies
this
for the
story.
win. Going
I
on
love
daily
it.
evening is a little bit different than the morning show.
Right.
Thank you.
I am just thinking this is like social commentary for American capitalism or consumerism. It did not matter what was in there. It
It
could have
mattered
been
not.
garbage. It was garbage. There was a half bar of soap or half open
And that
bar of
was the
soap.
only thing that actually survived the
That's
entire.
the thing of value. That's the
It's
crazy
in a
part
loved
about it.
home. It's going to be loved forever.
Right? But like those half jumper cables. But the fact is, like, you then took those things that you were like, I'm gonna buy this regardless of what it is, and then you threw it out. If that's not consumerism, I don't
Every
know what is.
single piece except for the soap. I literally have none of it to speak of. And
That's
we left
really
2.5 bargain buggies in the back of my car. And again, if you drive a Dodge Durango, you can fit 2.5 bargain buggies in the back and be a superfied hoarder, as I was for like a month and a half. But when it comes time to throw that stuff out, it's not so much a win
It was
anymore for the
basically like
bargain
a
buggy.
liquidation center. They were trying to get rid of their garbage, and they're like, you know what? If we put a dollar amount on this and call it a deal,
Here we come,
we'll
and we're
buy it.
fighting. We're pushing these old
Consumerism.
people out of the way to get to the
Yeah,
bargain
right?
buggies. Like I was taunting her, pointing and laughing, like, ah, ha, ha, you
Yeah.
think this one's yours? No, come get it from me. And I
You'll have to
probably
buy
should have
your
just
own
gave it
cat
to her.
nail trimmers. Yeah, that's right.
I should have sold it to her for $15 and walked away.
Oh my gosh. Instead, now you're down 20. So,
Yeah,
well,
and
you
I
both.
drove around with all that crap in my car, and
Right.
I had to fill the dumpster.
Well, great story. I'm glad that
There you go.
you were reminded of this today because I quite enjoyed that story.
That's why I'm here. I was in a car for 6 hours today, so I'm a little bit punchy, and I
I
do
love
have
it.
something else I want to talk about. Don't let me forget the third topic if we get an
Right. If we get to
opportunity.
it.
I
Right.
feel
And
like
we'll
I'm
do
getting a
that.
massive shakedown from somebody in my complex right now, and I need
Oh.
advice from the audience.
Ooh, I like that. A help Chuck segment. Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for those of you watching, we actually have a few of you on X right now. 8 on X/Twitter, which is awesome. 2 on other platforms. So this is great. Continue to watch us on X over there at Broadcasting RI, or you can watch us on Twitch at RI_broadcasting, where you can actually donate bits to the show. If you were into gaming, you know what that is. For people like me, I don't know, but do it. Do it anyway.
Bits are
Twitch,
like
you can.
pennies.
Yeah, I think they're worth pennies. In and one on Twitch too. All right, hello to our Twitch friend. We're also on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. We are on 57 million social medias. So if you have any of the following, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. You can listen to us as well, audio on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. Back to our social medias. We have all of them. MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parlor, Space Hey, Gab, all of them at RI Broadcasting, and of course, Twitter at Broadcasting RI. We also have a Patreon account at Rhode Island or RI Broadcasting, or you can just type in Rhode Island Broadcasting, you'll find us. But there you can get yourself some merch. You can support the show. You can help keep this fun little program in business. So definitely head over to any of these, really. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I don't have MeWe or Space Hey or Gab or Parlor, well, then why don't you just go check us out on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show right here under me. Give us a like. We want to be able to go live again on the Going On Daily Morning Show. So make sure you like over there so that we can do that. Over here under Mr. Chuck, we have our new website at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net. It's only been up for about 2 months, and we've played 2 games. Well, we're into our 3rd month of games here. So, Lena's here. Hello, Lena. So for our first month, we were talking, what was it? Movies? No, we were talking 60s bands. And the Beatles took that one. Obviously.
Yes, of course.
Obviously. And then in September, we were talking 70s movies. So somehow Grease took that. I'm still mad about that because, like, not that Grease is a bad movie, but like you had Jaws and Rocky and The Godfather on there. So, like,
something doesn't add up.
The math ain't math in here.
Conspiracy theorist, but I feel like a couple fans got together on the outside and they're like, hey,
I think let's happened,
mess this up, guys.
I think it's because Olivia Newton-John watches our show and she just like kept voting.
That's probably exactly what happened.
She's still alive, to be honest, but maybe beyond the grave, she was voting for herself. And like, you can't even say it was John Travolta because there was no votes for Saturday Night Fever. So I don't know.
I know, but if you were John Travolta and you were trying to rig the deal, would you throw a curveball like that and say, well, I didn't, Saturday Night Fever, what? Nothing.
I
mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I think Grease really made him, though, you know? I don't know.
I heard a story about John Travolta today on the radio, but I will abstain from telling that story.
Okay. Well, now I'm curious. But anyway, this month in our Hall of Fame, you can vote for your favorite 80s show. So again, we're going 60s, 70s, 80s. I'm hoping next month is 90s. We got Cheers, Happy Days, Golden Girls, MASH, and Married with Children. This is going to be a tight one. I don't think MASH is in the lead. I don't think Happy Days, but I think it's going to be between Cheers, Golden Girls, and Married with Children. That's my thoughts. Golden Girls is currently in the lead because why wouldn't it be? It's the best show ever on TV. But Cheers was good too. Married with Children, apparently. All of these were good shows. So go ahead, rhodeislandbroadcasting.net, and cast your vote. And you've only got, what day is it today? The 20th?
Today's the 20th. You've got 10 or 11 days.
So I'm very curious to see what's up here. Okay. Whew. It's always such a mouthful to get all this socials. Okay.
And do you want to know something, Becky? Today on my road trip, I was like, follow us on MeWe, Parlor, U42. And like, I don't even know like 3 or 4 of them. Every single week I listen to you do that. And I can't even name like 3 of those things still. I know that there's 10 people watching us on X.
Ooh, yeah. X is a good one. MeWe, Gab, Parlor, Space Hey,
I want to start looking up these platforms and seeing what kind of other people are on them. Because, like, what if Space Hey is like amazing and we just don't know?
Space Hey.
What if we're the biggest show on Space Hey?
Like, I'll be honest, I feel like it's mostly Chinese, but I actually have no idea.
Hey, my podcast is like super popular in like strange locations. I'll just leave it at that.
I've never actually looked up the analytics. I should do that on mine.
Oh, yeah. I have almost more fans abroad than I do in the States. Makes me feel good. Thanks to all my friends for your support.
When I had a conspiracy podcast, it was always Germany. Germans love conspiracies, I guess. So, yeah, it was a lot on that. We are huge in Sao Paulo. Really? Interesting. Brazil. Okay. That's cool. So, okay, Canadians and Americans, we also want your support. But we love Brazilians. So, hi, everybody.
Yeah, Brazilians are awesome.
I've never been, but I'd like to. They're beautiful. They're the most beautiful human beings alive. So, okay. This is a crazy story, and I'm going to try to go off of memory, but I may have to read a little bit too. So, a couple years ago, there was this guy. His name was Roland Torres. And apparently the story is that he worked at Subway. No, it's fine. A job's a job. That's great. You're paying your bills. That's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I would love to take home a Subway sub every day. Maybe not if I worked there, but this guy worked there. And nearby in Las Vegas, where he lived, was a hospital called Sunrise Hospital. I actually think it was next door. Like, it was very close. And so he probably always saw doctors and nurses and patients and everybody all the time. And so
everybody loves Subway.
Like, oh, who doesn't? Not, well, Jared. but I
No.
gotta get those platforms right myself. He does it so well. It haunts me at nighttime. I just think about it the way that Chuck does in his car. Anyway, so this guy was like, look, I'm tired of making minimum wage at Subway. I need to do something to make some cash. So
Okay. The plot thickens.
the plot thickens. He's a man with a plan, okay? He registered a company. I believe it was called Surgical Innovations, if I'm
All
remembering
right.
correctly.
I feel like some
And
innovations are about to be
there was some innovation,
displayed.
okay? Not just a sandwich artist, but also man with a plan. He then sent an invoice to the hospital with just fake information. Now, the first story I read about it didn't say anything about the details of it. More stories that I read said that he actually looked into patients that had been there. I don't know if that's public domain. I have no idea how he found the information, but he found the information and he would literally invoice the hospital. This guy is brilliant. Invoice the hospital randomly with a patient's name, and they paid it. The first one was for $12,000. He didn't even like go small. He didn't go with $12 or $120. He could have
If you're gonna go, you might as well go big right out of the gate, and then it's like, hey,
like
I
no
didn't
one.
know I couldn't do that, Your Honor. My first time.
Oh, yeah, right. Are you a surgical supply company? Oh, you're not? Okay, well, that's the first thing wrong. Anyway, he continued to do this over a 2-year period or 21 months. No, sorry, that's his prison sentence. My bad. He ended up defrauding the hospital out of $712,000 until someone finally was like, wait a second, who is Surgical Innovations? We should do an audit on this. We just paid them almost $1 million.
Would it be worth 21 months in jail?
100%.
I almost feel at that point like it might.
So, like, I don't know the legal system, especially not the American legal system. Does he have to pay that money back?
I
Or is that his
mean,
money?
I would just be like, I'm not a judge.
Mhm.
Most cases, I'm on the opposite side of the judge and I'm
Right,
getting
you're
judged.
delinquent. Fine, got it.
But I would probably be like, you know what? I mean, you asked them for the money, they gave it to you. I don't really see the crime in this.
Mhm.
It was a simple request. At any
Yeah.
point, they could have said no. They chose
Literally,
to
I mean,
pay.
it goes both ways. They could have vet their information better. They could have trained their accounts payables in a way that they had to match it to actual POs. So, like, there had to have been something we're missing in this story. Like,
Oh,
there's no way they
yes.
just blindly paid $750,000 to a
There's a
fake company.
whole bunch of these employees right here that do not care. And they're just like,
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah.
it's Friday,
They're like,
pay
"We
this
live in Las
full
Vegas.
surgical
We
supplies.
can afford
We pay
it."
this idiot every week. We don't even know who he is, but
Literally. This is American healthcare. We make 700,000 every 10 seconds here.
exactly.
Exactly. But
I honestly I respect the guy. I mean, that is a pretty stellar way
yeah.
to upgrade your lifestyle
Yeah.
immediately.
And, you know,
And
he had 2 good years, right? Like, he was living the high life. I mean, he went from sandwich
exactly
artist,
for
minimum wage.
21 months in jail, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of jail it is. Now, obviously, that's a
I
variable that
I would imagine a white
probably have
collar
to do a
jail.
little more research before I opted to do that,
This
but
feels like minimum security, wouldn't it, for
I would do that.
business crime?
I mean, I wouldn't do
I
that.
I think so. So, I'll just
Terrible.
read here quickly. It says that he ran this operation for 2 years, right? It was literally for non-existent goods. That's like the funniest thing. He was like pretending like he sold all this equipment for specific people. And they were just like, okay, sign off on it. And then the thing is, too, like, you don't just get to pay. Like, anybody who's ever worked in accounting, you do the payables and then someone signs off on the payables. And in a third case, usually an owner or a top manager signs off on it. So it sees several hands before going out. At some point, they should have vet this information. So that's why I think, like, yeah, like Roland, you were dishonest, but I mean, like, nobody caught him or even looked into it.
As this is like, okay, another thing I just listened to on the radio a little bit ago on my way here. They had this guy that was like the number one, like, I don't even know how he did it, but he like got everybody's homes like titled into his name. And now he works for like this security whatever
Wow.
company that You know,
Yeah.
don't get
Okay.
your identity stolen.
I've
And this
seen
guy's name
like
is Matt something, and he's like the biggest criminal in history.
I've
He's
seen
their
like
spokesman.
I don't know, Criminal Minds episodes about this or like Chicago PD or something where people will like convince these seniors, for example, to title whatever the deed to their child and they'll get it to them so that they can sign or whatever and then they just do it to themselves and then yeah.
It's crazy. But again, I mean,
Yeah. I mean it
all
is
this guy did was, I mean, he asked for the money and they gave it to him.
like to
They
me,
could have
if
said
you
no literally at any
literally, at
point.
any point. If you screw over a senior, like, that's pretty horrible, and don't get me wrong, I don't think stealing is ever right, but, I mean, at least it's sort of like a faceless corporation and not a sweet old lady who lives off of food stamps, like
Yeah, I mean, it's a respectable way to go about improving your
yeah.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just
So, yeah.
mad that I didn't think of it first.
I know, right? Now they're gonna be on, like, aware of oh, excuse me, aware of it. So, yeah, 21 months in jail he pled guilty to a single count of mail fraud.
He's
That's
like,
it,
yeah,
mail fraud. In November 3rd, of 2023. So this was like very recent. This
wow,
isn't
just a single count of mail fraud.
I know.
He must have got to keep all the money.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean,
I'm just trying to look through it
hell of a
quickly to see if
plan.
there was more, more charges or anything, but I don't know. It says the announcement reflects a shared government resolve to clamp down on fraudulent activities that siphon resources from healthcare providers. Blah 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 blah. But like, yeah, really nothing. So I
Dude
guess the guy's
skated with a misdemeanor. He spent 21 months in jail. Probably got to work out a couple times a day. Got,
yeah, Roland's looking
came
tight
out all
these days,
swole his 800 grand and was like,
right?
let me tell you guys a story.
Well, now I wanna see what Roland looks like. I wanna see if he's all swole or what. But anyways, pretty cool story. It made me laugh when I heard it, especially when they're like, "And how many months or how long do you think they did in jail?" And they're like, "I don't know, a few years." He's like, "21 months." So awesome. One says, "Can we sue the healthcare providers for overcharging us for Tylenol?" Yeah, if it gave you autism, probably.
Well, Tylenol is what's the going rate now in a hospital? It's like $87 a piece.
I don't know. I live in Canada. It's all free.
I
So I
know.
really have no idea,
I
but
know.
it's
I was opening the door for that and it's like, oh yeah.
yeah, but it's
You make a good
garbage.
point.
It's garbage healthcare here. I mean, when you get it, it's fine, but like you're in that hospital room for 10 seconds after you've waited 8 hours in the waiting room.
They're like, shake it off, champ. Growing
Yeah,
pains.
exactly. I like thought
Arms
I
like
broke
hanging
my
out.
back. I had a walker and they're just like, "Go sit in these uncomfortable chairs for 6 hours. We'll get to you." I'm like, "Oh, please
There you go. We've
give
got
me
something in
something."
common.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
both probably need better health care in our homelands.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that's kind of funny is that there is a what did I say his name was? Ronald Torres? Roland? Oh yeah, there's a
Roland
Roland.
Torres.
There's a
Roland,
there
Roland,
is a
Roland.
Dr. Roland Torres,
Of course there is. It's him.
but he's in
He
Florida.
started off as a sandwich doc, and now all of a
Yeah,
sudden he's
right.
like,
That's
you know
right.
what?
Now he's
He
like,
stole a prescription pad out of one of those doctors when they were eating
right,
their tuna sandwich. All of a sudden he
totally.
became the doc.
Doctor. Remember that movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio? He's playing
Man,
Frank Abagnale, who was just a teenager who became um, a pilot, a doctor. Was he a businessman too? I'm trying to remember. He had like all these careers, and all he just kept doing was faking the documents because it was like the 50s or 60s. So, like, who can vet that information? And he was like treating patients, and he was like flying commercial jets, and he was like a teenager.
I feel like
Great
why
movie.
not, right? If you can get away with it.
When in
Speaking
Rome.
of commercial jets, check this out. Here's another
Mm,
thing that'll make you kind of think twice.
yes.
I was playing golf the other day with a
Mhm.
commercial airline pilot.
Ooh,
And we were talking a little bit during the game, and I'm like, airline pilot, I'd be disqualified because I'm blind. And I'm like,
naturally.
ha, 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 that's my funny little
Yeah.
insight. Ah, ha, ha, I'm blind. This dude's like, bro, I am blind. He's like, the only way I continually get my renewal on my pilot's license is because I memorized the eye chart. And I'm like,
Stop.
whoa, there's a problem here. Like,
Uh,
then I start thinking about it, and it's like, you know that every eye chart is the same.
it's like AEK, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
RSTLNE, whatever, like the thing is down at the
Yeah,
bottom
like
of the
Wheel of
Wheel of
Fortune.
Fortune,
Yeah,
and they're all the same. And he's like,
it's the
all I had to do
same.
is memorize that. He's like, bro, I can't see. I can't see.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
who
like,
did you
well,
fly
now, what
for
flight
so
are
I
you
know
going to
not
be
to
taking me on?
literally, we need to know to not fly with him.
Well, it taught me that flying commercial planes is not that difficult. This man was like, hey, it basically flies itself.
Listen, so
Like,
easy, a woman could do it.
I
Am I right?
probably, I would
If
venture
if
to
her
guess.
handler let her out of the house, then yeah, probably.
There you go.
That's
It
so
would be
funny.
awesome.
Well, I mean, that's terrifying for someone who likes to fly. Like that sucks, but
I've always just basically, when I get on the plane, I've come to grips with the fact, like, if something stupid happens on the plane, I have no control over it. It was just
mhm.
meant to be that
It
way.
is meant to
And
be.
I've
You're
always
right.
been very peaceful. I have a friend that actually passed away in a plane crash, and I would
Lord.
think that that would change my entire way of looking at it, but it really never did. I just put it in, the
Oh,
big man's hands, and I'm like, hey, bro, if I'm not supposed to make it to Columbus, Ohio this afternoon on my
yeah, right.
flight, then you know what's best.
The way I feel about it, I'm like, I'm not going down in this turbulence. I have greatness ahead of me. Okay. I'm going to make an impact in the world. And now is not my time. Okay. I'm not Aaliyah. No one's going to remember. I'm not John Denver. No one's going to remember me going down in this plane. So now is not my time. That's how I like talk myself through horrible turbulence.
There you go.
Yeah.
People need to know me first.
People need to know me. Let me make a difference before the planes go down. Okay.
Yeah, and then the odds of that happening are slim, obviously.
They
My
are.
driving shenanigans have been on display the last few weeks. Much
Mhm.
easier to get into a car wreck when you're in complete control
As you
than
know,
it is to wreck a plane when you're sitting in the 30th row.
this is so true.
There you
I have
go.
to tell you a story. So I flew home a couple of weeks ago from Ontario, and we just took a small plane, like 2 seats on each side. So little
Those are
tiny.
the best ones. I love those.
Yeah, it's cheap. They give you free alcohol, free Wi-Fi. Is awesome. Only one bathroom at the back or one at the front, but we were way at the back. So I get up and I go, not even paying attention to like where the drink cart girls are. And so I go to the back. There's a guy flight attendant, this like hot dude. And he was just texting away. And he's like, yeah, there's someone in there. And I was like, okay, I'll wait. And then I waited and then I kept waiting. And then I was like, have they
Uh-oh.
been in there a long
This
time?
is
And he was
turning
like,
into a Home Depot.
yeah. And he's like, this, yeah, they've been in there a long time. And I'm like, okay. So I kept waiting. But now I look and the cart girls are right in front of where I'm sitting. But they don't just hand you your drink and go. You think 2 and 2 would be fast. Oh no, they park it and then they do the 10 rows
Oh, yeah.
and then they go. And
Makes perfect sense.
so I'm standing here. I'm like, I'm gonna have to use this bathroom, but I know this person's been in there because I waited at least 5 minutes, at least. And I
Yeah,
like
that's historically, that doesn't bode well for the
doesn't
next
bode well
person.
for that person. Listen, I want to be in that airplane bathroom for 30 seconds or less. Okay. I want to go in and out. I want to do nothing. I do not do my business in public. I do not care. I will suffer until my destination. Thank you. And so finally the door opens and it's this it's my roommate. No, it was a female, this quite a heavy set female. Not that that
Oh,
adds to the story, but
it does, though. It
I'm just
does.
thinking, what was your lunch?
It
Like it
does.
wasn't a salad. It probably wasn't a salad.
Yeah,
But the
Roland wasn't making me a 6-inch.
So right, like a 65-inch probably. So I was like, ugh. And then so I'm turned this way, debating like, what the heck do I do? Like I can't. Luckily, there was an
You
empty
just gotta
row.
go through it at that point. It's
No,
like, God help me,
you know what I
because
did? Chuck, you know
turned
what I
around
did?
and sat back down?
I just sat in a random seat. And
Oh.
then the flight attendant goes, miss, it's open. And I look at him and I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And he starts laughing. And I was like, no, that was way too long. He's like, that's a good choice. And I just sat down. And then by then the cart girls had seen that I was awkwardly standing there. So they moved back and then I got to go sit. So
And
needless
you
to
didn't even
say,
miss your drink, right? I mean, you were
yeah,
there still to
yeah.
get your your
Totally.
complimentary
I told my
water or
kid to get me my
Sprite or
drink.
whatever.
Yeah, my ginger ale. I was bursting by the end, but I couldn't.
You
I
know
don't like
what?
that. Girls' bathrooms are
I
the worst for
respect
this.
that more than I can even put into words. I respect it, Becky, and here's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
I work in the construction trades. I
You're
see
no
some
stranger
really
to it.
horrible things,
Yes,
and
I've
I
heard.
totally understand exactly. Something crazy to know about me? I've been on probably 4 or 500 different flights. You know how
Mhm.
many times I've used the airplane restroom?
3.
0.
Oh,
I have
wow.
never even considered it. I won't even
Wow.
get up and try because
Yeah,
I
yuck.
just have this thing. Like, that's not my move. I don't want that.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
see the other
Yeah.
people on the plane. I often wonder if we've got a 1-hour flight, how is
Mhm.
it that 7 different people on the plane didn't think to go to the bathroom before we got into the
This is
air?
it.
Why do all
Literally.
7 of you have to go by and do this on a 45-minute flight?
Literally. And I'm thinking too, like, this plane has what, 150 people on it, and there's one bathroom at the back? Yuck. Yuck.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty gross, not gonna
I
lie.
usually hold it. I was literally bursting though, so I was like, "I'm not gonna hold it. I'm just gonna do it." And I don't like to stand up. I get real motion sick on planes, so I don't like to stand up because then it's like I'm on a night home from the bar, okay? I'm like spinny. So I don't like that. So I just stay put. And if someone's beside me on the inside and they need to get up and I have to stand up and feel that because they need to pee,
To
then
hell with that.
I am mad. If it's my kids, I'm okay, climb over me. But somebody else, mm-mm. I was on a flight.
Oh, yeah, random strangers, hell no.
Where the heck? Oh yeah, we were going to Vegas in March, and for whatever reason, my husband booked us on the ends, 2 aisle seats beside each other, and I was beside the loudest French, maybe Rush. I don't know. I can't remember.
French,
I had my headphones
promise.
on. French for sure. Um, they were loud. I could hear them through my headphones with the show on, through the loud noise of the airplane. I could hear their conversation. And I kid you not, this guy got up to pee like 8 times, and his wife got up twice. And I was like, every time I looked over, I'm like, I will kill you, Andrew, like for booking me in this seat.
Like, how
Not that
does
it
that
was his
even
fault, but
how does that even happen? Like, how are
dude,
people so completely opposite to where one guy's willing to go use
yeah,
the bathroom 8 times in one flight, one guy
oblivious. That's the
refuses to
thing.
even use it? Like, if I ever have to fly anywhere, like, you know, far away, probably
Yeah.
gonna die.
Literally, I'm considering going to Africa this spring, and it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna need to get a catheter put in or
Just gonna
something.
have to drive, I guess.
I'm gonna drive across the ocean. Well, that's just
Yeah,
it. Then I
I
have to
mean,
use a
it's
dirty boat bathroom. So I don't know.
well, it could always be worse. I bet that plane bathrooms are probably nicer than Home Depot bathrooms.
I
I
can honestly say
guarantee
I've never
that. I don't know
been.
if you've ever been to a Home Depot
Never,
bathroom.
never.
I've never met an actual lady that's been to the ladies' room there, so I can't
It's
speak on
probably
that.
immaculate, I'm guessing.
But yeah, it probably is. But the
We don't go
men's
there.
over at the Home Depot, it's like a truck stop. And this
Ew.
is this is why I don't really like going there.
Yeah.
But I understand. I will not use a public restroom like that ever.
I did use a public restroom today. I worked back to back to back today. I was there all day. I'm tired. I haven't peed. I drank this huge jug of water. And so I stopped to get us dinner tonight. And I was like, I'm bursting. So I went in this bathroom. The seat was up. So someone obviously thought, oh, hey, I'm a man. I should put up the seat. The seat
Very
underneath was
respectful.
so full of stains and everything. And I was like gagging because how
Were
do I
they
put this
dry
thing down?
stains or were they liquid?
They were dried up, so they've been there some time, and it stunk. This bathroom stunk
Oh, of course.
like
It's gotta
sewer gas.
stink. Yeah.
And so I'm like trying to get this seat down without like touching anything and like gagging. And then like the toilet itself is like so dirty. And I'm thinking, like, this is a restaurant. Does nobody work here? And then I'm thinking about him making my donair with his hands. And I was like, oh my God, I can't eat here. And I still ate my food, but
I was
it's
gonna
in
say,
it's in
you
my
have
mind.
to accept it and just be like, okay.
Like, you know what? A little
There's
E.
a little bit of
coli never
risk
hurt
involved.
anybody, right? What's a little parasite? Some germs. It's fine.
Exactly.
We'll see how I feel tomorrow. If I have E. coli, then I will let you know. But
Yeah, and then we know exactly where to trace it back to,
yeah,
and we've got evidence right here that could be played before a judge. And Your
yeah.
Honor, if you're watching this now, tune in every Monday to Going On Daily because we bring these kind of amazing stories
That's right.
as just a regular
It's just
occurrence.
our thing, yeah. And next week we get to talk about spooky stuff. I should have saved this toilet story for next week because that was spooky.
Well,
But anyway, I
public
still ate my
restrooms
food
galore.
naturally because why wouldn't I? He did have gloves on. Did he wear the gloves to the bathroom? I don't know. Hope I thought I should wear gloves in his bathroom. Yes, Ron. I also hate public restrooms. Yuck. My husband has no
Yeah.
problem going to every public bathroom ever.
No, see, this is my thing. I can tell you, I can rank like the top 5 best gas station bathrooms, the worst. Lowe's is always better than Home Depot.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Love's
uh-huh.
truck stop is better than the
What's your
other
big
truck
truck stop? I'm trying to remember.
Bucky's. But here's why
Bucky.
we love Bucky's. No trucks.
Uh,
Trucks are banned from Bucky's. They're not allowed there.
there's no
This
big
is why
dirty
they've
truck
got
or
the
bus.
cleanest bathrooms on earth.
Okay.
And check this out. I went to Bucky's today, as a matter
Mhm,
of fact.
mhm.
And you want to know what I noticed when I
Naturally.
walked in? Every single one of the conventional bathrooms, not the urinals,
Yeah.
every single one of them had the red light on. They were literally every single one was occupied. And it
Oh,
was like, you know
wow.
what? There's something beautiful about that because there's like 100 of them. And that is the exact
Something
opposite of
so
what you had to
beautiful.
deal with. So shout out to
Yes.
Bucky's again.
Bucky's, the
Send us
place
a
where you
gift
wanna
card,
sit your
Bucky's.
ass and go to the bathroom.
It's a joy going to the bathroom at Bucky's, but
Sounds like
some of
it.
these others,
Mm.
and I
Not
know
my
going
place
in,
today. Not
I
my
know
donair
going in.
place. Oh, boy. Bucky's, sponsor us, Buck. Sponsor
No
us,
kidding.
Buck.
Please
Yeah.
sponsor us. You've got money.
Yeah. Bucky's, we'll rave about your bathrooms all day long. Otherwise, we're gonna have to start invoicing you from surgical
Exactly.
innovation,
I
from
even
going
showed
on
this
daily
stupid
innovation.
painting on the air one time that I have.
Oh,
And
right.
it's
I
literally
forgot
still
about
sitting
that.
in the same spot that it was when we did that episode like
It's
2
probably in
months
your
ago.
trunk rotting like the rest of your garbage.
Well, I found some barbecue in there this morning from
In your truck?
yeah, from September.
Like barbecue food?
Yeah.
From September?
Yeah.
In
I
the
went to an event in
sweltering heat?
Dallas and we went out to a barbecue place and I forgot.
Oh, how did you not smell it?
This barbecue is so good. Like the
Yeah.
real question is, how did you not eat it after you found it
Yes.
today after
That's
sitting there for
that's the
6
real
weeks?
did you eat
I
it today?
damn
I
near
probably would've.
did. I
Yeah,
damn near ate it.
yeah.
It was a Texas Twinkie, which is like a jalapeno that's like hollowed out. They
Mhm.
shove brisket in there and like wrap it in bacon.
My goodness.
And those things are like they're also called armadillo eggs, depending
Oof,
on where you're at.
sounds fantastic.
There you
I
go.
went to a pig roast once in the summer. It was hot. I had this car. I had a bag of pig in my trunk that I forgot about for not even long, like a
Nice.
weekend, like a weekend.
That's all it
My
takes.
car stunk like a dead body for like a month. It was awful. So I can only imagine what your car smelled like, but why did you not know that it smelled? That's what I don't understand.
It actually was very aromatic. It was
You're
enjoyable.
like,
When I found
"Hmm,
it, I was like, "Oh
yummy.
my gosh." Truth of the matter is, didn't even throw it away. It's under the driver's seat.
Stop, get rid of it." Yuck.
Smells good.
At least animals can munch
Texas
on it. Just
brisket.
dump it
Risk
out.
it for the brisket. That's what they say. And that
Mm.
thing was at least a month, maybe 6 weeks old. I was
Ugh,
willing to risk it for the
nah,
brisket.
yucky. If anyone's gonna have food poisoning tomorrow, it's you from that. And
Nah, I'm a roofer for 27 years, Becky. I have eaten some of the most vile, disgusting things that have ever been placed on this earth. I've eaten gas station hot dogs from the
I
dirtiest of
love a
them
gas
all.
station hot dog. Oh, a taquito from 7-Eleven. I would even eat that white chocolate pumpkin cheesecake from 7-Eleven.
Ugh.
I would
They
mess
still
it
have
up.
that crap too.
I
Nobody's
want it.
buying it.
I should go check out my 7-Eleven and see. That would be awesome, actually.
And nobody's buying it over here in San
Nobody. It's the
Antonio.
same one from 4 weeks ago,
It
probably.
it literally is. It's like the other gas station that sells sushi. I told the
Yeah.
guy, "Tell me when someone buys the sushi so that I can kinda track it because I might buy some, but I'm not buying it until I know that it's been cycled through at least once."
I've bought gas station sushi, and I am landlocked. There is no water anywhere near me. At least you're nearer-ish to an ocean.
Yeah, but I don't feel like this sushi came from the ocean.
No.
I feel like it came from a pond somewhere. And then even the gas station attendant was like, "Dude, that's a bit much even for
Yeah,
you." And I was
right?
like, "All right, least I've got that reputation, even for you.
Right? You're like,
Gas
"Oh,
station sushi
jackfish."
that's a month old is a bit much for you.
Yeah, right, yes, with your jackfish sashimi and your trout sushi rolls.
I'm gonna trade him a Texas Twinkie tomorrow for a sushi roll.
What's a Texas Twinkie?
It's the giant jalapeno that's wrapped in
Oh,
bacon
that's
with
what
the
it's called.
stuff in it.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oh,
mm.
yeah.
So now I'm hungry. I half ate my donair thing, and now I put it in my fridge, and I was like, "Nah, I'm full." But now all this talk about it, oh my gosh. I go
Exactly.
for a real Twinkie. You know what? Sweets. That's what I want. I need sweets.
I had some candy today, I'm not gonna lie. Quite a bit.
I love candy. Yeah, road trips are for candy. I get bumps on
Yeah,
my tongue the
I
second I leave anywhere.
I feel terrible right now about it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'll get
Then
over it. I'm actually
walk it
starting
off.
to I've been grieving throughout the entire episode, and I feel like I'm on the back end of it now, so it's all good.
Are you in pain? Do you need to use the
I'm not
washroom?
in pain at all. I'm
Okay,
actually complete bliss. My leg was hurting when I got out of the car, but I'm completely extended here. I got this whole setup
perfect.
going on for the podcast. I've got like a what's it called? An ottoman underneath
Oh,
here. My legs are propped up. I got a
smart.
pillow on it, so it's nice
That's
and
awesome. I
comfortable.
should do that because my legs are on this, like, box that I keep my podcasting equipment, and I'm on this, like, super flimsy table. So I should definitely and I'm on a tattoo chair, which is not comfortable and has 0 support. So
I'm on a
I'm very
freaking
uncomfortable.
lazy boy. I love this
Oh,
thing. When I
nice.
started my
Oh,
podcast, I
Dan.
bought this chair just for this type
Smart.
of event.
I should do that.
I
So
did a
Danny is
podcast this morning at
here,
6
everyone.
AM too,
You
so
did?
I've been broadcasting all day,
All day. Well, then
which
you
is
should
fun. I
know.
like the morning ones. I like when it's dark. I don't even have my ring light
Hmm.
on tonight, so I apologize
Well,
if you can't
here's
see
the
my face,
thing.
folks, but
If no, you can see it perfectly, but if I was to turn off my ring light,
oh, wow.
that's what happens. So, hold on, we gotta turn it down because it's like I'm on the surface of the sun here.
Like
Like, look at that. Duh. Anyways, hi Danny, how are you doing? Nice of you to join us at 7 PM, or
oh,
I guess
yes,
you're
it's Danny's Dallas
you're
Cowboys.
almost 6 PM your time. Okay, we have gone so off topic here. Why don't you tell us about drones and why they're so cool?
Oh, yeah, you think we got off topic. Wait till you hear this.
Okay, I
Okay,
can't wait.
so this morning I had this whole like I was so ready for our episode because as
Yeah,
soon as we were finished, I was getting in my car and I was going to do a 6 hour road trip, which
yeah,
now I'm on the other side of that, which is so much cooler because now I can tell this other story about the drone because the one I was going to tell didn't quite turn out to be that cool.
yeah,
And I've got a backup. So looking
fair.
at these drones, right? And
Yeah,
I'm in roofing. I've mentioned this a time or two in
yeah.
my
Are you?
10
I
years
didn't know
here on
that.
the program. And in roofing, these drones are like they're worth their weight in gold
Really?
because I don't
Because you
like
can see the
climbing on
roof.
3-story roofs. I don't like climbing on steep pitched roofs. I'm too old
Totally
for
get it.
that. Like if you fall off of a 3-story roof doing a free roof inspection, that's how you left this earth
Yeah,
free. Like you didn't
yeah.
have a number on you. So I don't play that game. I got a drone like probably 10 years ago. I think I was the first guy in the roofing industry to have a drone.
Smart.
And until someone else disputes that, I'm going with that story. I was number one. And I used my drone for everything, like mischievous and good meaning stuff all together. And
Mhm.
I would take it out to the job sites and I'd take these cool videos and make these YouTube videos of them. Or like
That's cool.
you could do Facebook Live where I'd be flying. I'd be like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. We've got the ridge vents up there on the top, and you could do the
Oh, that's
whole,
fun.
it was awesome. I don't think you could do that anymore. It was too fun, apparently. But I got pretty good at flying my drone.
Mhm,
And then I started wondering about drones with the general public.
mhm.
As someone that's not a roofer, do you have any experience with drones? Do you like see
Mhm.
them anywhere? Are you
Uh,
aware of what
I
drones are
do
doing
see
in this
them the
world?
odd time just perving about, but, I've never used one. I don't care enough about anybody's business to want one.
Exactly. But some people do.
Yeah, some
I've
people
come to
do.
find out some people are weird about it, which
If
is
I was
why
like an
there are rules.
investigator or like a journalist or something, yeah, for sure.
Someone like me, not so much,
Yeah, if
folks.
I was like an
But
old Herbert the pervert,
yeah,
100%.
and that's definitely not me. But I'm not gonna lie. When I lived out in the country, this drone had a 5 mile range on it. There's a
Whoa.
lot of cool stuff within 5 miles of my
Yeah, I guess.
porch when I'm sitting there drinking a beer at night. So I would fly the drone out and break all kinds of rules. And now that
Mhm.
this statute of limitations has passed on that and the drone's no longer with us, yeah, I did that, guys. And I started really loving this drone and I was having fun with it. I took it to Mexico one time and I was
Wow.
in a Jeep. My buddy was driving and I was in the passenger seat and the drone was like flying over the Jeep, like along the coast. And it was like the coolest
Ooh,
thing I've ever seen, right?
that
Like I
is
felt
cool.
like I really had a skill. And I love drones.
Hmm.
So the way that this drone is going to work into today's theme of wilderness and the
Yeah.
wild is I got to tell you a story about how my drone died.
Oh,
And I
no.
will preface this by saying from the day that my drone died, which was December 25th, 2018,
Mm.
Christmas Day,
Rest in
up
peace.
until like about 3 months ago, I could not purchase another drone.
Mm.
I was completely shell shocked by what happened. It was a horrible tragedy, but I got this drone, right? And I'm spending all kinds of good money on it, getting like cool new cameras, and because I use it for my roofing
Mhm.
business. You can
Yeah.
measure roofs with it, you can take cool photos and videos and yada yada. Well, I take it with me everywhere I go because it became kind of my personality. Chuck the
Yeah.
drone guy, whatever. I
Chuck
take
the
the drone
drone
so I could
guy.
show off to people and be like, watch this. Well,
Cool personality, Chuck. Like
exactly,
Truck
right?
Chuck
I
the
got it going
train
on.
guy. Yeah.
I got it going on over here with the drone.
Chuck the
So
comic book guy.
here's how this drone met its untimely demise on Christmas Day. You ready for
Oh,
this?
I can't wait.
Okay, so I go to visit my family in Ohio
Mhm.
for Christmas of 2018. Apparently, this is what happens in the
Mhm.
timeline. That's why I'm there. I go to my buddy's house because he's got some younger kids. I think at that point they were like 10, 12, 8,
Okay.
younger kids.
Right.
And I always like to go over there on Christmas Day because I'm old and it's not the same anymore for us as it is to see young kids opening their Christmas gifts and
Right.
being blessed with all these new Air Jordans and like video games and stuff and
Oh, new
and
iPad
really
pads.
loving their lives. So we go over there and I couldn't help but notice there's this one gift that was kind of like it looked like it came from a bargain buggy at dirt cheap. I'm not gonna lie. And this was a hovercraft.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
like a boat type thing that was supposed to go out over the water and like do cool
Whoa.
stuff, right? Well, there was ice over the water on this cold Christmas day,
In
but my
Ohio,
buddy's son takes
naturally.
it out here to the water anyway. He starts playing with it. And you can't even put odds on this, but within like 5 seconds of it getting onto the water, it stops working. So now there's this
Naturally.
this huge full-blown disaster. Like, oh my God, this toy is like stuck in the middle of the pond. We can't go out and get it. And it's like a $6 toy. This makes
Right.
the story that much more
Mhm.
amazing. So I'm like, well, wait a minute, I don't want anybody to get hurt. Obviously, this $6 toy is like all that this young man's been dreaming of his entire life. So we've got to fix it. We can't leave it in the
No,
pond.
naturally.
So I'm like, guys, did I tell you that I have my drone? Let me tell you guys what I'm going to do with my drone. I'm going to save Christmas 2018 with
Naturally.
my drone. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my drone out of the case. I'm going to unfold it. I'm going to take a piece of yarn off of the Christmas tree and I'm going to tie it in a
Mhm.
nice little bow on the bottom of the drone. And then I'm going to take one of those ornaments and I'm going to take the hook from it and I'm going to tie it around like a fishing hook.
Mm.
Okay. So now I've got a fishing hook tied to the bottom of my drone.
And you're
I'm
gonna
going to
scoop
take
it.
the drone
Yeah.
out here. There's a whole bunch of people, by the way, like at least 5 or 6 people. And they're like totally entrenched in this as well. I'm about to show the world what's up. I fly the drone out there. I go down. I pick up this little toy and I bring it back effortless. Right.
Mm.
That should be the happy ending of this story, but
Right. Crowd
no.
goes wild.
This
Exactly.
is just where this bad boy gets started. So I
No.
decided to show off a little bit. I'm like, oh, hey guys, did I tell you about this drone? It's the yada yada 2000. Like, I got the professional version because, I'm a professional
Because
and
they're
all
Chuck
this
the
cool stuff.
drone Allen
Yeah.
now.
It goes like 60 miles an hour. And oh, let me show you guys what it can do. Okay. So here comes irresponsible Chuck on Christmas Day. Got a whole bunch of people around. What could go wrong? I start flying my drone around, and I'm flying it pretty damn far. Like, it's a good mile, 2 miles away. Completely in violation of any
Oh yeah.
FAA type stuff. I'm still having fun. I'm like, look at this, everybody. We're flying over the shopping mall. Look at all these people. Yeah, ha ha ha. I start flying the drone back, right? And somehow, by the grace of God, I maintain the exact same altitude this whole time.
Altitude, yes.
So I start coming back, right? And we're standing outside the pond, and there's a whole bunch of people. And I see the drone coming, and it's like the most majestic thing. It's like, it's coming down all smooth, you know. I see it like a plane, and I'm like, guys, see those geese over there? This is where the wilderness comes in.
Right.
Yeah, I see those geese. Well, let me just go see how the geese are doing real quick with the drone. You know, no bad intent. I just want to, maybe get a video of them, maybe annoy them a little bit. Potentially karma heard this and decided what was going to happen to me, but I start lowering the drone down, right? And I get right over this pond, and as I'm going down, the one thing I don't take into account is that there was a piece of string that I tied to the bottom that had that hook. So as soon as the drone goes down, the string goes up. And Becky, we're all standing there. This thing is at like 275 feet altitude. 275 feet is pretty far up in the air.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, like that would suck.
High. Yeah.
Well, the piece of string is caught up in this drone, right? And my drone is like, zzz, boom, and it goes like the thud, the thud, the thud, smack. It hits this ice that's like this thick.
Oh no.
Do you know what? That bad boy is still sitting in that pond to this day. But I'm going to tie it all back around in saying that it was my attempt to mess with the wildlife that caused all of that. So I wasn't 100% aware of wilderness, but now that I am, it was me messing with the geese, not being an idiot, not trying to show off for a bunch of random people and making a fool of myself. But that is why drones are cool. If you ever see a drone, some guy today told me drones are like $100. I think maybe it was even Ron that said that.
Wow.
Dude, no, they're not. Trust me. That drone that I crashed, I had just gotten a brand new camera the week before for $600. And it was literally just installed. I had to go to a special drone place like 5 hours away. I had like the tricked out model. I had like all the cool propellers and everything. I had at least about $1,800 wrapped up in it. And
what an idiot.
Booyaka. It went straight to the bottom. And you know what really sucked about that? All the people that cared about that stupid $6 toy and
right.
We need to go out and get the toy. Not one of them offered to go get my drone. She's still sitting in the pond in Hilliard, Ohio. So there you go.
That's a tragic story. I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, well, I love drones. I've been in a car for 6 hours too. So I'm sorry if my stories are a little bit weird, but I was going to tell the same story this morning.
I love it. No, it's a great story. I'm so sorry for what happened to your drone. You should probably get over it, though. It's been 7 years.
I've got another drone now. And I flew it this afternoon.
Perfect. And
drones are so cool.
Did you creep on peeps or what?
No, I don't do that stuff. Like,
no, I don't do that.
If I need to take a picture of a roof, I'll like knock on everybody's door and be like, "Hey guys, it's gonna be next door." I would shoot somebody if they impeded in my progress or my privacy with a drone. And the only other time I've done that, I was trying to mess with my roofing crew from like 3 streets over while they're eating lunch. I was gonna bring the drone down and like just kind of mess with them, and I hit a tree that time. So, as long as you really mean well with drones, nothing bad happens. But as soon as you get that ill intent, give it up.
I love it. Well, great story. Ron loves your stories. He thinks they're the best. They are very entertaining. That's for sure. Well, we are over time, but hey, what am I doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? I'm sleeping. That's about it.
I just got off of a 6-hour road trip to get here for this program. So
we better make it last.
Yeah.
Okay, so your option tonight, I have 2 stories. You can have either elephants or wolves.
Who gets to choose?
Which you like? You do.
Oh, Well, now I didn't
Oh.
know I was going to get a choice here. I think most people would think I would go with elephants, but I
Hmm.
think I'm going to go with wolves.
Okay.
Wolves. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Let's see what we've got, ladies and gentlemen, with
Let's
the
see
wolves.
what we've got. So the year is 1995.
That was a hell of
Yellow
a year.
great year. I think did Lion King come out that year maybe? The
Probably.
year's 1995 and Yellowstone National Park was dying in silence.
Ooh.
Forests were thinning, the rivers were eroding, the balance of nature, albeit once perfect, had now fallen apart. But what was the reason, Chuck? Something was missing from the park, something that had been gone for nearly 70 years. Wolves. Wolves were missing from Yellowstone National Park.
Huh.
So in the early 1900s, wolves were hunted and killed until not a single one remained in the park. This is a problem today with poaching and overhunting. We get that.
We got
People thought,
coyotes in my park over here. I'm not gonna lie.
right,
Like, I thought
right.
about shooting a couple of them.
No, they're puppies. They're just wild
Nah,
puppies.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Coyotes don't look like puppies.
I know. They're like savage puppies. So people had overkilled, of course, until none remained in this park. People were actually thought that they were just protecting the livestock and the deer. But what they actually didn't realize was that by removing one predator, they had pulled a thread that held the entire ecosystem together, as they say happens. So
Whoops.
without wolves, the elk populations exploded as they would. With no fear of being hunted, the elk overgrazed the valleys, then stripping the young trees and the willows bare. Beavers lost their building materials. Songbirds lost their homes. Even the rivers began to change course as soil and vegetation eroded away, all because of wolves. So, Yellowstone, which was one of the world's most beautiful sanctuaries, was now unraveling. Then, in January of 1995, a convoy of trucks arrived from Canada, as we do. We love a
Saving
good
the
truck
day.
convoy. If it's not for COVID, it's for wolves, okay? Inside of this convoy of trucks was 14 gray wolves. They were nervous, beautiful, magnificent creatures, unaware that they were about to change history forever in this park. They were released into the Lamar Valley of the national park. Almost immediately, everything began to shift. The wolves hunted elk again. The elk, once fearless, began avoiding open valleys and overgrazed plains. Trees and willows started to grow back. And then, of course, with trees came back the birds, warblers, woodpeckers, owls. With willows came beavers, who then rebuilt their dams. And then with beavers came otters, ducks, fish. The land itself actually began to heal. Even the rivers changed course, flowing more gently, held steady by the roots of growing forests. It's a phenomenon that scientists call a trophic cascade, one where the top predator changes not just the prey population, but the entire landscape beneath them. So now, 20 years later, Yellowstone was transformed. The elk population had balance, beavers thrived, rivers were clear and strong, and it all began with the return of the wolf. Very cool, hey?
I'm glad I picked wolves. I'm
I
not gonna
know,
lie. Like, I didn't
right?
expect that at all. I'm
Totally.
over here now
Yellow,
wondering though, like, what magical elephant story did I miss? But
right? Well, you
I'm
have to
almost
tune in
happy
on
that I don't
Thursday,
know
I guess.
because much respect to the wolves and
Right.
much respect to our friends in Canada. Sounded to
Woohoo!
me like y'all just wanted to get rid of 14 wolves from your area
Right.
and be like, drop them
I
off over
mean,
there
we
at
have so many.
Yellowstone to these idiots.
We're
But it
all for it
actually
here, so we have some to spare. But
it
yeah,
saved
we'll
the
do the
day.
elephant story on Thursday. We will. Yeah, JJ and myself will do that. But yeah, basically these Yellowstone wolves remind us that balance in nature is not about control. It's about connection. Sometimes healing doesn't come from adding something new, but restoring what was lost. I love it.
There you
Isn't that
go.
awesome? This is from a story called The Wolf Who Changed a River, and it's a true story about how nature remembers how to heal if we let it. It's just like our bodies. Our bodies want to heal. They just need to remember how to do it. If you eat McDonald's
Exactly.
every day, it's probably not going to remember. If you exercise and give it water and eat proper food, it's going to heal. So,
No
Cool
healing
story.
going on over here. I ate like crap all day.
Perfect. Well, go, I don't know, sit on your toilet for an hour and then go to bed and start fresh tomorrow.
It's going to be a great day. Before we
Yeah.
call it a day on our
Yes,
episode
we need
here,
your advice for Chuck.
I need advice from the viewers. Okay,
Yes.
this is a strange situation, and I
Mhm.
apologize
Mhm.
for bringing you all into my world here. But
Mhm.
about 3 months or
Danny.
so ago, I got a. There you go. Michael J. Fox was a good. That was a good movie. That was a
How he
good movie.
changed into a wolf. Oh, yes, Teen Wolf,
He
right.
was a great basketball player.
And he's Canadian. So really, this is a win-win comment, Danny.
Wow,
Well
there
done.
you go. I didn't
Well
even know
played,
Michael J.
Danny.
Fox was Canadian.
You didn't?
I had no
He's
idea.
from Edmonton. He's from my town.
I had
We're
no idea.
practically cousins. I don't know
That's
that to be true.
awesome. That is awesome. So let
Yeah,
me steer this ship completely off the rails here one
Yeah.
last time.
Okay.
This is crazy to me. Okay.
Yes.
I guess what is this? October now?
Yeah.
About four or 5 months ago.
Mhm.
I was paying my monthly bills, paying my rent on the like a couple days before the first.
Yep.
I like to have everything
Yeah.
there. So doing all that, I noticed that there's like this random charge of $50.
Oh.
But I'm one of these people that just like, whatever. I'll
Pay
just
it.
pay the $50 before I even question it. And I did this for like 3
You are
months. Okay?
Sunrise Hospital accounts payable is what you are.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
this just goes to show I got what I had coming to me as well.
Okay.
I come to find out that what had happened is I went to pay my electric bill like 2 months ago.
Mhm.
And all of my access to my electric account was like gone. They're
Hmm.
like, this username does not exist. I've been using the same username for like 6 years.
Wow.
This username doesn't exist, yada, yada. So I'm like, what? Here's what happened. I live in an apartment complex here in San Antonio, Texas, which shall remain nameless because I love living here, but they built a second phase to it about maybe like 10 years after the first one. And nobody had the wherewithal or the forward vision or thinking to think we shouldn't probably give each of these buildings the same numbers. Like I live in 416 in phase 1 and there's a 416 in phase 2, but there's
Oh,
no signage anywhere
no.
that says phase 1 or phase 2 or anything.
It should be 1416 and 2416.
I'm just a lowly roofer, but I would probably do what you just said. I don't know. I don't get paid the big bucks to make those
Right.
decisions.
Yeah.
Whoever
These
did,
decisions. Yeah.
shout out to you. I can't order food here either because God knows where it ends up. So here's what happened. I called the electric company and I'm like, hey guys, I'm just trying to pay my bill. And they're like, well, what's your name? My name's Chuck Allen. It's been that for the last 6.5 years. Okay. You're not, and I'll just, no, I'm
John
not
Smith,
that person. I don't even know who the hell that person is, quite frankly.
Mhm.
So this is when we start deducing everything down and we find out this lady moved into the 416 on the other side of the complex. And somehow when she called the power company, she basically stole my identity. She told him that she lived in 416 and yada, yada, boom, so on and so forth. They basically just took my account and just gave it to her. I never even had to tell him I was moving or anything because I wasn't moving. So why would I?
Yeah.
So like a month goes by and I see this $50 thing again. And I'm a little bit pissed. So I go down to my office and I'm like, hey, what's this? Well, it's because you haven't had any electricity in your name for like 3 months. You're in violation of your lease. So you're just paying this $50 and we're charging you the electric. And I'm like, oh, okay. Again, I'm just like with the subs, I'm just paying, okay, whatever, go away. Well, it gets even better, right? I get all that straightened out. Life is good. Everything's straightened out. This is probably about 3 weeks ago. All of a sudden, I get this knock on my door. And I live on the 3rd floor intentionally because I don't like random people knocking on my door. So I'm like as far away from regular people as I can be.
Naturally.
Knock on the door. I look and I see this lady out there and I'm like, let's open the door, Chuck, and see what's going on. I opened the door. She introduced herself. It's the lady that lives in the
Mhm.
other 416, right? And she is all kinds of hot. Like, and I don't mean like good looking hot. I mean like
Oh,
pissed.
yeah,
And
she's
she's
mad.
like, you need to give me my packages that I've been getting here because I have spent a ridiculous amount of money getting these packages and I know that they've been getting delivered here. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any of your packages, which is completely true. I don't even get my own packages when I order them. Why would I, why would I
Right,
get yours? Well,
right.
she doesn't believe this. And I'm like, I said, so anyway, tell me a little bit about how you were able to secure my freaking information for my account. You don't even live in this unit. And I'm so confused. And we go back and forth. And she brings up the idea that because it was a mistake, and this is where I need help from the audience,
Mm,
someone that can think these things through, like yourself, Becky. You're way more like
mm.
you will handle this better than me because I'm
Yeah.
about to maybe lose my stuff. So she's like, well, I paid your electric bill for 2 months. And I'm like, no, I don't think you did. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what the $50 that I was paying them and the extra. No, I did because they gave me your information. And I don't even know how this works out. This is another situation where it's like somebody probably could have seen this and said, wait a minute. Does anybody know if that guy actually is moved? Is he really not
Right.
there anymore? We're just going to take his information and give it to her. Well, now I show up here tonight and she's giving me an envelope, and I'm not going to put it up there, but there's a total that's due. And sorry, this is late. You owe me for the electric bill for 2 months. And now this is where I ask the audience, and
No.
specifically you, Becky,
Mm-mm.
what do I tell this fine lady? Like, I have a feeling it's not going to end very well. You and I are on the exact same page. Like
So,
those words.
okay, so did she think that she just gets free electricity for 2 months?
Well, that's
I
what
mean,
I
she
ask.
might have paid yours, but realistically, if you live in an apartment complex, y'all have the same kind of electricity output
Yeah,
every month.
someone was probably paying for hers because it didn't get shut off.
So, like, did you only pay the $50 a month? Or
No,
did you pay the
or it gets
electricity
even
bill
more.
and
Like
the
after the
50?
first month, they figured it out at the power company. So they took it
Mhm.
out of her name and put it in the apartment complex's name, my unit. So when I go
Mm.
down there, they're like, well, the reason you have to pay us the 50 is because we're paying your electric bill. And I'm like, I don't know.
Mm.
This is San Antonio, Texas. It's great. But
Right.
the question I have for everybody worldwide, our 14 viewers on Twitter, Danny,
18.
anybody that's watching, do I owe this lady a penny?
No.
Or do I
Mm-mm.
now have to be the guy who, even though I live in a third floor, so I stay away from people, am I
Yeah.
going to have to be authoritative? And am I going to have to say,
You're gonna have to move.
no, I won't move. No, I will make her move. Or
Okay.
I will tell her, you've got two choices. You could take the stairs or,
I'll boot ya.
yeah, you could take the balcony. And
Right.
I don't know. Strange thing. I
I think
literally just came home to this like moments before we went on the air. So this is a very organic reaction from me. But the first
I
thing
would say
her handwriting
how
sucks.
I would say, how do you figure? Because she paid for 2 months of the bill of living there, but, like, was it your power output under her name billed, or was it her power output that they billed?
Exactly. How could they have billed my power and sent it to her at a different address?
I would call the power company. I would say, "You need to credit both of us back for the last 2 months. I want a recalculation." Or if it, let's say it was your power that they billed to her, well, then what was her power bill? And then if it's like $12 difference, then pay her the $12. But like the fact is, she lived there for 2 months, paid a power bill that she believed got her power. If she wasn't paying for your bill, she would have been paying for her bill. And so if you were paying for her bill and she was paying for your bill, what the frig does it matter? No, I wouldn't pay that. Punch that biatch in the face.
There you go.
Bam.
If you're watching, Jennifer, I will say your name.
Jennifer.
If you're watching, That's the answer.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, if she really wants to get into semantics, then you need to have the cable company prove that she paid for yours, and then vice versa, you paid for hers. Because that's the other
Exactly.
thing. If you were also paying it, you're not going to pay for two people's apartments. You're
Nope.
paying for your own.
Every
I
time
would
I
find
ever
out.
get extorted for money, it has to do with electricity. And I don't
Hmm.
understand the attraction, but
Weird.
this is the second time.
Because you're electrical.
I had a
Electrical.
homeowner try to whatever you want to call it, get a bunch of money off me. And she was like, I'm going to ruin your reputation online. I'm going to call the Better Business Bureau. I'm going to tell everybody that you
Hmm.
suck. And I recorded the whole conversation because in Texas, you can. You don't even
Mm-hmm.
have to have
Right.
their
Yeah.
permission to do it.
Love that.
And I played that and basically got out of the situation. But
Amazing.
her entire level of extortion was, I won't ruin your reputation if you give me $600 to pay my electric bill.
Woo.
Nope, didn't do it.
Love it.
Hopefully the lights are still on. But anyways,
Totally.
ladies and
Yeah, I
gentlemen,
would well, I would take a look. Did she give you the bill as well? Or is it just
no,
her?
no,
I'd
no
like to
bill,
see her bill
just an empty,
envelope. Okay.
horrific, horrific
Is she a crackhead?
handwriting.
Jennifer, are you a crackhead? I would also ask to see her bill. I would compare it to your bill. If they are similar dollar values, that sounds like a wash. If your bill is exceptionally higher than her bill, I would confirm that who was paying for whom's at the time, or vice versa. If hers was super high and yours was super low, I would find out who was actually paying for who. I wouldn't be paying this chick nothing
Not a
until
penny. Now I've got backup. So
I would demand to see the bill, and I would compare it to your bill and see what the output was that month or for those 2 months. But
because I
yeah,
know mine's small. I live here by myself.
yeah.
I'm just a
Meanwhile,
simple man.
she's
Me and
got
my
like
air conditioning.
a weed growing operation. She's got lights, hydroponics. She's got all the things.
There you go.
Crazy. That's an
Sorry, Jen.
angering story.
Looks like you're gonna have to bark up a different tree.
Yeah, that's right. That's
There you have
annoying.
it.
That sounds super annoying. I'm sorry you're going through that.
Well, a day in the life. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have been
totally.
able to ask our amazing audience.
Maybe she's just trying to flirt with you. She's like single.
No,
She's
I
like,
think that too.
hmm,
I think that too.
hmm,
Because
hmm.
I saw the look in her eyes when I opened the door. I'm
Yeah,
not,
she was like
I'm
undressing
not
you.
blind to that. I get it.
No,
And it was like,
no.
uh,
She's like, "Oh, hey there, mister. Is your air conditioning out?" And she's like
like, no,
fanning
my
his
air
face.
conditioning's fine. Some dumbass down the hall's paying for it.
Yeah, right.
Some
Exactly.
dumbass in
My
the other
electricity is
phase.
great. Yeah.
There
Cue
you
the
go.
70s porn music. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a great episode.
That was a
I mean, we're
terrific episode. It was worth waiting
it was worth
11
waiting
extra
10.
hours.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm happy we got to do this still. Make sure everyone you are back tomorrow with us. It is going to be Luana and Ron tomorrow. Now the graphic says Sharon. It is not Sharon. Sharon's actually in Europe. So that's pretty cool for Sharon.
That is
But it is
cool.
going to be Ron and Luana tomorrow. Luana just got back from Phoenix. She was there doing some Tony Robbins stuff. That's pretty cool. So I
Big
hopefully she'll talk
fan.
about that. Yeah. Wednesday is going to be Kyle and who's on Wednesday? I actually don't know. Is it Kyle and Kenny? Maybe. Oh, Ron. Okay, Kyle and Ron, and then I am back on Thursday with Miss JJ. So check us out every day, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or if you're Luana, 7 a.m. Pacific Time.
I was gonna
So,
say my friend Troy right now is in China and it's probably about 8 a.m. there. So we're
oh
gonna
right.
try to do a live Keeping It Real podcast from Shanghai, China
Did
this
he
week.
bring his soap though?
No.
Oh well, not
His
really your
soap is
friend.
definitely on the shelf in Nashville, but
Okay.
his son little Troy is in China with him,
Still
and
try. That's cool.
we're gonna try to get another of the Troy Travels series of the
Oh,
Keeping
fun.
It Real
Love that.
podcast.
Love that. All right, everybody, make sure you go check on YouTube at Chuck Allen 210, not 209, not 211, 210. Check
There's
me
only
out
one.
aboundinghealth.ca or at my link tree at Abounding Health. And you can find my show on there or on this show on Fridays. When do we play your show on this?
Mine is noon I don't know if it's noon central, but it's noon on YouTube Sunday.
Okay. Well, then be
Sunday.
here Friday or Sunday to check out our shows.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. All 20 of you on Twitter, thank you for being here. Comment next time, people, or you're on Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Comment. But anyway, we'll see you again. Bye.